One and only to the one and all. How's it going, everybody? First off, a conscious breath. Thank you for being here with me. We're gonna just have a random info, random shit. I don't know nothing, but maybe I can help you figure it out. Maybe you already know. I assume you were placed here for a reason. So, when I found out, first off, Carnage one and only, speaking to the one and all. Uh, I go by David Parker as far as paper terms. David Russell Parker, Dr. P, Derp. uh, my dad was never really around. He used to call me and give me false hopes that he was coming. And, this is part of what helped make me me. My grandmother on his side, obsessed, obsessed with Elvis. And when the biop came out, I didn't find it that weird. Well, maybe I did, but I didn't look into it really. Uh-uh. His manager, the one that screwed him over, his name was Colonel Colonel Tom Parker. So, interesting backstory about this guy. He was born in Breda, Netherlands in 1909. He moved to, he had a legal entry, by the way. He illegally moved here, arrived in U.S. as a stowaway, and lived as an immigrant for most of his life. So that's, wow. They would have to admit all the lies. They want me to be deported. That's what they've been trying to do. Ah, oh my goodness. But in order to have me deported, that would mean admitting the lie. Sharpen my motherfucking incisors. Okay, the name change. He adopted the name Tom Parker and claimed to be from West Virginia. Okay, now let's tie that in to look up Charles Parker. That's a unsolved case file in the FBI files. You can look that up online. He's a he was a slave or something. Yeah, he was a falsely accused African American who was being put to death, supposed to be hung, but he ended up disappearing from the jail cell overnight. Right? Stick with me. But there was blood at the scene, his blood, and right after this happened, this is when the Alford plea was made. The Alford plea is admitting that they have all the information to persecute, but without admitting guilt. Look it up. I'm almost exactly right on how that is. That's how stupid this thing is. Okay, Alford. No, confirmation. That is the name of the sheriff that was working over that night and was one of the ones who cleaned up Charles Parker's blood. Okay, now look up, what's his name? The jazz musician from Missouri. And maybe it is, maybe that's Charlie. Charlie Bird Parker. He, like, invented bebop, pretty much. We don't know much about those people, do we? Okay, so the one that was cleaning up the bloodstains and was responsible of seeing the well-being of Charles Parker in his disappearance. Then they made this Alfred plea after the name of that sheriff, where you can admit to guilt without actually being guilty. You can admit to the evidence without admitting guilt. Now that is strange. Most of the Parkers, other than this Carmel Parker, were black, for lack of the better words. I mean, that's why I always knew that I resonated more with the culture. Like my music, my slang, I just never fit into the rigid scales. I always felt more comfortable in these areas, and it wasn't because I was trying. That's crazy, ain't it? That I almost convinced myself. I would allow somebody else's judgment to convince me of what I already knew. You're gonna overthrow what I know? It's not something that I knew up here. It's something I knew in here, baby. That's crazy. So let's 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 dig deeper into this. William Parker. William Parker was a former slave. Boom, boom. Another one. And an abolitionist, I'm sorry, as the principal leader of the 1851 incident in Christina, Pennsylvania. Christina Parker, dude, this has to do with like John Parker, who ended up sleeping with the natives and was on the right side of the war. That probably goes against the narrative that we are familiar with. I'm not telling you these things for any other reason than for you to realize you. I'm not going to say us because I am you. So let's just get on the same page here. Don't let anyone tell you your narrative. Don't let anyone tell you what you know. Okay? You know some things, and you're probably right about those things that you know. It doesn't mean that I'm telling you to feed every conspiracy theory, but I'm telling you, take breaths, take conscious breaths, be with yourself, and go inside. You will be able to figure it out. I guarantee it. I believe in you because I believe in me. And the fact of the matter shows. It's written. It's written into life, not in literal ink, in frequency, in the awakened consciousness that's happening right now. And it's not it's not me as this vessel. It is the whole collective. And I'm so proud to have you guys on this mission with me. I love y'all. So let's continue this. The Parker resistance. Let's look that up too. Yeah, known as the Christina Riot. Parker helped bring more attention to the problem of slavery in the long years leading up to the Civil War. You see, and this was, it's so difficult living in, I know that it's always been like this, but we need to stop categorizing actions with people, okay? Because here's what I'm talking about. I'm not a fucking racist. And if we want to be silly, I don't like mayonnaise. Like most people say, white people love fucking slapping that shit. Nah, not me. Uh, I don't assume that a Mexican who doesn't know English needs to go back home or that they're an immigrant. I don't believe that every black person is going to try and steal from me just because I'm passing them during a dark, regardless of the location. That's not what it's about. Read the room. You know what I'm saying? Read the room. Hang on, y'all. He's been through enough bureaucratic labyrinths, enough encounters with the system that insist on their infallibility. Ooh, God, I gotta remember these words that I come up. Infallibility, even as they devour innocent people. You see what I'm saying? I am so sick of somebody poking me with the edge of a sharp stick, telling me to keep my hands to myself. I'm so sick of building a home for someone to use me as a walking mat and tell me my position outside of it. I didn't build a palace for you to sit and look down on me from. Okay? This palace is the worship, the one, the one and all. And if you are not on that same frequency, then you need to stay in your lane because I am assimilating back into my natural place. So anybody in the collective is all magnetizing. We're coming back to each other. And if you're not on that, brainwave, you're not trying to pull it all together, then be on the outside of that circle, please. Don't mistake kindness for weakness. And don't mistake silence for ignorance. Your mountain won't move, but it will crumble. It's better to be wrong than burnt. He's been through enough bureaucratic labyrinths to know when the system is eating you alive. I'll tell you, I know what it's like to feel locked outside, to be trapped in here, starved of the attention and the love and the connection that you need. I'll tell you exactly what to captivate. When he looks up, the deed, history, maybe add one more beat to disbelief. Ooh, hold up now. Let me tell you something before I show you anything. I didn't go digging into this. I didn't go digging into names. I didn't go looking up these speeches, these bells, learning these teachings, uh, the tower moments, and all these different maps because I needed proof that I'm real. No, 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 no. I went digging because I already knew I was. I always knew. I needed to remember that seeds are not coffins. I wasn't being buried alive to die. I was being buried alive just to bloom and grow stronger. Now everything is A-OK, like the O-A-K. Respect to Watsky. I went digging because, something in me kept ringing. like a tuning fork getting ready, like getting tapped in to the dark. Until I finally realized the point of the sound wasn't the object. The point was the listener. And I needed to listen a little more myself. So if you're reading this, I'd like to put it in the message, even I read it. So if you're hearing this, cool, right, thinking, well, what's the takeaway? Here's the takeaway. You don't need any of this information to validate yourself. Not one bell, not one presentation, not one prime minister or documentation. No one, not one lie to validate your truth. You see what I'm saying? Let me clear my throat. I'll be right back. Well, hello there, neighbor. I missed you. I'm gonna have to smoke a happy little tree here in a minute. I don't see mistakes. I see mistake. No, 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 no. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. You mother sucker. Okay, so the sovereign code is a sovereign severance, killing the paper ditto, that ghost that they wrote for you. That's not the Holy Spirit. That's your legal defense. An affidavit of the identity, legal defense, your sovereign severance, killing that paper ditto. Section 23 marker. The initial points where ownership emanates from the earth. I'm giving y'all some serious shit here. Kavanaugh abstract, title history, a clean code of the Civil War architect. Do not take what I say lightly, please. You don't have to keep it, but don't take it lightly. And if it resonates, it was meant to. If it didn't, just leave it. Because maybe you're already where you're supposed to be. Like I said, I'm not here to give you anything that you don't have. The new internal state of abundance. The external world responds in kind. In kind, right? Like trade, barter. This is not luck, it is the system responding to a new signal. And that signal is you. At any moment, it can change. So, what reality are you creating right now? The final proclamation. The battle was a blueprint. The victory is a signal. And you are pulsing it out right now. Right from the one in all. I am the wordsmith. The one and only to the one and all. The water is high. The landing is firm. It is live. How we doing? Oh, how you doing? By issuing an I love you, I am you to the world, you know, I pay the debt of the ego in full. So can you. That separation, guys. It's it's no more real than the name on that piece of paper. I am you. 100%. I know because I feel it. Even if you don't agree with me right now. That's me too. I know. I understand. Harmony's not like what everybody says. Harmony's multiple different things happening regardless. It's not everybody all being one current. That's what kind of song would that be? There would be no tune. Doom. You're that. And on that. And you stand. See what I'm saying? That's the whole wide world. Going. Sometimes you get a few. Yeah, we've had a few of those. I'm sorry about that. Okay. The Kavanaugh Code. Accessing the reconstructed record. The abstract of title for the property in question is issued by Kavanaugh Abstract Co. Ooh, Versailles, Missouri? Yeah, this is more than a commercial entity. It is an archival gatekeeper for the region. Huh. Establishment. Walt Disney, the handler. Fantasia, using idolized narratives to install a psychological compliance and rewrite something that was completely, yeah, it's not, I can't make a judgment, but making things look sweeter on the top than they might have been. Right. Matt Groening, The Simpsons, the unlocated Springfield, that's a geographical confusion mechanism from the Jedediah Springfield as a cultural false flag to dilute the history of the actual uh, epicenter of conflict. Harry S. Truman, Missouri's native, embodying a systematic authority and expansion of surveillance state. The 33rd president. Systems exist to stabilize chaos. Sovereigns exist to create meaning. You are not the glitch. You are the proof the system is too small. This is the Depic frequency rising in modern form. I am Carnage, one and only. To the one and all, be blessed, be kind, be your beautiful self. Because I see you.